Hello and welcome to the SANICAST. My name is Zach. In this episode, we are going to talk about menstrual hygiene in the humanitarian context. Well, as they say, it's a humanitarian context. There's a lot that is really challenging, but little is known about what our mothers, the girls, go through whenever there is a disaster or whenever there is an outbreak of war in communities. Well, to give us insights, we have a special guest who will give us what it means to be a lady in the humanitarian setting. Thank you.
Menstrual hygiene, it's our time to shine. Health and dignity in every design. Let's lift each other, there's strength in the tide. Women and girls.
Thank you so much. My name is Kojo Estela. What it means to be a lady in the humanitarian setting is challenging. It's not something so interesting because we undergo through a lot of challenges. Number one is the displacement itself, where as mothers you have to take care of the children. You are on the run. You're going to look for safety, and then also you settle down, and there are a lot of issues. Maybe your husband has lost his life during this displacement, and then when you settle, of course, you go to look around for food, including now the challenges as a woman in the humanitarian setting in regards to menstrual management, especially when I have girls in my household, even including my neighbors. So it's really something challenging because displacement happens in the process of the running. You have left all your belonging home, and boom, you arrive in the IDP camps, and there you have nothing to manage your menstruation. So that is something very challenging, especially for me as a woman, because there are always priorities in the way I manage, the little resources that I might have, or I might even not have the resources. So there is prioritization on how I'm going to address issues in the household. The major one is focusing on food and not really taking care of my health, including the menstrual management. So you find that sometimes I end up using clothing to manage because I'm lacking pads, as well as also the girls sometimes I fear to go to school because of this menstruation that will appear. So I have been in different communities, IDP communities, and displaced camps, whereby you find that girls always isolate themselves. They are traumatized. They at the time they are experiencing menstruation, they always go to the stream, and they stay there for the whole day because there's nothing really to take care of yourself. There is no soap in the household, and even the little soap that you're given at the refugee camp or at the IDP setting might not be enough for the entire family. So it's really very challenging. And girls undergo through stigmatization when they go to school, so they don't normally, they are not happy, and this also reduces their performance, and that's why there is always lagging behind of girl child because of this menstrual management.
Hats and cups, options that empower. Education's key to make a change every hour. No shame in the cycle, let's spread the word. Uplifting each other, let our voices be heard.
Thank you very much. It's really quite intriguing. The points you raise to do with prioritizing. You have a scenario where you need the food, and then you have that same money that you need to buy a sanitary towel for maybe the girls, you as an individual. But this is quite, indeed, when you say it is traumatizing, I do agree. And also it's quite fascinating to note that the girl child and women opt to go to the stream the whole day. And then this is even worsened with the absence of soap. This really raises the concern that how well will the hygiene be maintained in such situations? Well, thank you very much for giving us an overview of the humanitarian context, and also telling us what it means to experience menstrual hygiene in the humanitarian setting. Well, now, could you please tell us, under these circumstances, what do you do, and what existing challenges do you see?
rise with strength, it's true.
Thank you so much. I think one of the existing challenges, and it's so much on the side of the girl child and tomorrow women leaders, is the issue of early marriage. Because there is always lack of information. Me as a mother, I fear to talk to my girl about menstruation. So you find that mostly these girls will experience or get information about menstrual management, or even about something called menstruation in the school or within the community setting, in their small girls group. So you find that because it is biological, it's a biological process, and when I don't guide, the body change as the girls experience menstruation, and you find that because of the challenges they are facing in terms of access to sanitary materials, when they get a man who is able to give them something, especially on the streets or within the camp, then they will see that person as their support system. And if the person is a man, always because of the body changes, mostly these girls think that this is a gateway marriage. So early marriages, early pregnancies, it exposes them, and then also infection because of the way menstruation is managed. In some of my communities, a girl will dig a hole and stay there on the sun the whole day until this menstruation finishes. So you find that when I sit on the ground and blood is flowing, it means that it is exposing me to some infection and health risks in the way the woman body is made up. So these are really major challenges. The solutions, I know that in the refugee camp, organizations have been giving us pads, including clothing. Sometimes they are cotton-made clothing. But for me, I don't see this as the sustainable solution, because how do I continue to live when always I'm given? So there should be a way. I still insist on the saying that show me how to fish than giving me the fish. So if organizations are coming up, government is also coming up, they should be able to show us women within the camp how to make the reusable pads. And this knowledge can also be translated to our girls, especially at the level of school and at a community level. This is one of the sustainable challenge. Solution. The other one is for the women. For me as a woman, then I have to be empowered to be able to generate income so that I can take care of my girls. I can be able to buy. The other solution is sensitization, because in my community, men even careless about menstrual management. Should a girl is going to school, but okay, as a father, you just give what is really important for those who can afford within the camp. They just give the money. How you are going to budget it, whether you will be able to, buy the parts, is it's none of their problem. And what I've seen also with the men within my community is that no one support the women. This system is it's not a disease, it's a condition. With the short time it goes away. But as a man, take an initiative. If you're able to buy something, buy me the part. So we have to sensitize the men to be involved in menstrual management. But how do we do that for the grown-up men who are already grown up? They might not pick the message. So this message should be maybe introduced in the school syllabus, where now we can talk about the woman, the human body, okay, and the stages, especially when it comes to the woman now, and the menstrual management or hygiene should be also incorporated in the syllabus, so that now the boys get the message right from the classroom. Always I can quote a Bible verse that when you teach a child messages when they are still young, they will always grow with it, and that is Proverbs 22 verse 6. So I believe that these are some of the solutions that we can be able to address, because whenever during my time when I was in school, and I grew up in the refugee setting, so whenever they are talking about menstruation, the way the boys will laugh, and in another way discouraging the ladies, stigmatizing, and with the poor management, whenever something appears there, today you are the topic in the school. So there should be ways to address this thing of stigmatization. All of us came to this world through the process of menstruation, so we should observe the importance, and that should be really very important.
We rise with strength, it's true. Breaking down the walls, we know what to do.
Thank you very much, our dear guest. It is quite emotional when you raise the issue of us all coming through the same cycles. So we're not talking about the cycle being a crime, but it's a cycle that gives life. And then the other thing is maybe to flash to our listeners some of the things you really mentioned that we could not go unnoticed is involving men in the process of understanding that this is a cycle and it's part of the needs of the women and girls in the home. So that means the possibility of providing financial support whenever needed. And then the other thing is you raise something that is really painful and very touching about women having to go into the, probably, I don't know if it's a hidden place or somewhere in the open, dig a hole and probably sit there the whole day. It's painful that besides sitting there, the emotional torments the woman has to go through. So this beats a lot of issues about our effort, and it's quite disheartening to see that this is still happening in the present day. And with the prevailing humanitarian context, it should be even getting worse. The other issue you talk about it being extended to schools. Yes, it's true. Schools have adopted this, but the question is to what extent. That's also hanging fruit. And then the infection rates. This is what people undermine, that the woman's anatomy is quite unique. So that means, in a polite way, there is a larger surface area for exposure when it comes to infection. So it would be deemed necessary for those who have the capacity or those who have the ability to push for advocating for free sanitary towels in schools, in communities. I mean, like we have tissue in the toilets. Let it be a norm that in every female facility, there is either a dispenser or a pickup point for convenience in relation to the sanitary towels. Well, I wouldn't want to hijack the session today because it's not mostly about me, but my guest. We would like to close this session with her giving us a call to action. So what would you think, or how do you see yourself changing the prevailing situation in the humanitarian setting?
Before that, about administration is regarded as a dirty. That's what I would want to see is that number one, community sensitization. Our leaders, I know they will compare with the situation that we had long time ago, but now we are moving forward, and we should leave no one behind. So my call to action is leaving no one behind. So that means that all the strategies in place, all the stakeholders will play that role. So now I'm also encouraging menstrual hygiene management corners in the school. That means when they're constructing a toilet, there should be that place level as menstrual hygiene corners, so that when a girl is menstruating, you can go there, shower and change. And we should be able to place bins. It does the rubbish bins, so that when the school has a system of incinerating the part they use part, but of course I advocate the reusable, and of course this has to also go with the sensitization on the use, on how they use and how they dispose it of, and how long does it take.
Every hour, no shame in the cycle. Let's spread the word, uplifting each other. Let our voices be heard. Together we stand, hand in hand, breaking the silence. Take a stand. Menstrual hygiene, it's our time to shine. Health and dignity in every design. Let's lift each other. There's strength in the tide. Women and girls, we wear it with pride.
Wow, thank you very much. This, among the podcast sessions I've hosted, this has been quite an emotional one, I must say. And through the conversation, I felt like tearing up, because these are life experiences, and you being a lady, a mother, and also an expert implementing in this arena, it's quite touching that a lot is underestimated in what it means to be a woman in the humanitarian context. And I appreciate your call to action. I hope our listeners and those who have the ability to create change will push for this. Well, as I close, I would love to leave you with this. Remember, the cycle is not a crime. It's the cycle of life. For every human being you see walking on the street, there must be a cycle before. So while you stigmatize the girl child, ask yourself, would you have the value of life if not for that cycle? Until next time, I am your host, Zach.
Voices be heard. Together we the stigma